Hello, and welcome to another Wargame Red Dragon cast, and I am here today, once again, with...
Graham, what's up, everybody?
Thank you once again for joining as usual, and we have another 1v1 on Hell in a Very Small Place from the South Africa monthly tournament. And who do we have playing today, Graham?
So this time on the left side here, we have Nickm, who seems to be a regular here, playing South African Moto. And then on the right, we're going with Jaki, and he is playing Eastern Bloc Mechanized.
Yeah, so Battle of the Infantry deck, so to speak.
Oh,
And right off the bat, we got the Rust down the canal with the Roy catch.
right,
Up
we
the
figured that out.
BMPs, yeah.
And then right here, you're going to see how the Roycat fares against the Wilk, BMP1s and support too. My guess would be the Wilks are going to win that out, but since I made a prediction rank, it's probably going to be wrong.
It's very true. Anytime you make a prediction, it always goes the opposite way. I do like how he has the two Milans as well, giving some fire and support. Not
Right.
the best AT, but those rogues don't have, yeah, great frontal armor, so they can do a little bit of damage. But yeah, those rogues are going absolutely... Damn, they haven't even got hit.
No, it's a really bad fight there for the South Africans. Anytime you can avoid it, you really don't want to tangle with armor head on, especially like some of the heavier Eastern Bloc Soviet pieces, and you can see right there why.
Yeah, those... I mean, Eastern Bloc mech is a pretty big powerhouse of a deck. You've got the mod shoots and spam and some pretty good mid-range tanks with all the monkey model T-72s available to you.
You got an absolute insane amount of different types of models. But then up there in the North Range, real quick, let's shift you to golf. You can see the Roycats there actually doing their thing, catching those BMP1s and moat shoots and a crossfire there.
Yeah, that's a really good push here. Great use of fire support, going to be knocking all that out. And he's going to be able to continue his push-up goal. Yeah, we do have... That's not even really much of a defense. We just have a Grom and some ATGM infantry. That's
Right.
not going to go out well for him once the South Africans come knocking.
No, not absolutely not. Though we do see there that the Conquerors team, the Conquerors M team, and the Mi-35 there in the middle of Foxtrot, taking out two more armored vehicles for Jaki there. So he's got a pretty strong setup here in the middle. But I'm interested to see what Nickm can get done up top.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to his northern push, I think, because, yeah, the central position is pretty strong here for Jaki. He does have that good open ground between him and the enemy, and of course, having the hind is quite nice when there's no real anti-air. I do like how Nickm is flanking around south of the lake up north, trying to get a different angle here, but here comes the hind.
Yeah, and the hind's actually going to run right into that Casper K car, which is slowing it down. And I think the SASF 90 are almost... Oh, it doesn't even matter. K car gets the kill.
Yeah, that's a bit sad to lose the hind to just an autocannon, yeah. You know, a whole armored helicopter thing.
Right, it's a nice armored little helicopter there that can do quite a bit of damage, but gets caught in the open by a 20mm autocannon, and she's done for.
Yeah, and this is looking really good here for Nickm. He's got the momentum going. He's got Bravo pretty much under his control. He's pushing right through Foxtrot, and up north it's going really well. And as you can see, this is, as we keep saying time and time again, because we keep watching South African casts to the new hotness, so to speak. When you're doing these offensive, aggressive maneuvers like this, it works out really well.
Yeah, you got to keep the momentum, I think, as the South Africans. And you have to just keep pushing in different directions. And that's where you can really like pick apart some of these slower style decks here, like you have with Eastern Mechanized. And then we kind of, I think I saw it in the right there, just in that engagement when it was head on, the Eastern Bloc won decisively. But when it started to get a little split up, the South Africans really were able to kind of like knife them apart.
Yeah, really the thing going for Jaki right now is those two Emron Rilks, which are still a pretty big powerhouse. There's not a whole AT on the field which can destroy him, but hey, Nickm can just go around him, it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like Nickm's decided, okay, I ran into you, wasn't a good idea, so now I'm just going to spam K cars everywhere on the map. And it looks like it's, I mean, if you just kind of zoom out, he has a massive amount of units just everywhere.
Yeah, they're not like anything expensive or too crazy, but just having this amount of troops all over is pretty good. I do like how Jaki's actually moving into Bravo here, managed to get his mod shootings into a nice position, though he's a little bit cut off.
Yeah, it is actually an interesting movement there. I haven't seen that so far on the map, so I really like that move there by Jaki. He does kind of cut off the troops there in Bravo, but his Nua in Charlie's actually a major danger, especially as it's detracked there.
Oh, 1 HP too. That is
Yeah.
not ideal for such a
Might be time for
powerful
the A crew to
anti-aircraft
bail.
piece. Yeah. Push it.
And then the Wilks just kind of chilling off on the side there. They don't really
Mhm.
care about the plight of their brethren in the AA piece.
Oh, the Pram
Oh,
does.
yeah, they call it some emergency smoke, but I think it's too late actually. Oh,
No.
nope,
No.
barely.
Barely gonna get out. We do have the Caspers moving in to try to make it narrow Ghost. But here
Yeah,
comes
the
the
Wilk
Rogue.
needs to intercept. Yeah. Actually, ATGM team also dropping into the buildings right there. There is some reinforcing Czech infantry as well, so maybe it lives.
Mm-hmm.
No, it just needs to. There's no way it lives.
I do like how Jaki actually has both the Fagot as well as the Concours in his deck, like having a nice cheap spam ATGM and then
Yeah,
heavier duty ones, which you can't get rare with decent block mech, because by god, you got a lot of infantry slots, and really the only infantry that matters on Mochuchin.
that A piece missing 2 Apila shots, missing back to back those SAF 90s. What is that RNG there for Nickm? You know he's upset with those misses right there.
Yeah, goddamn, that is extremely clutchy for Jaki, as well as bringing in the RPG troops as a Vidra support. That is gonna come in extremely useful, because yeah, he's getting kicked out. Well, he's not getting kicked out, but he's getting attacked over here in Charlie, and he's not doing all that great. I know, actually. Up Gofi is actually starting to counterattack a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like Nickm still has the momentum, and he's kind of on the offensive everywhere. But as you see there, I think Rang with the South Africans, the minute they run into it like a tank above 80 points, it feels like it's just like, I don't know, I can't deal with that.
Oh, my Rhodesius, you're only expecting T-55s against the Angolians.
Right, and then they ran into some Polish tanks, and they're like, nope, bad idea.
Some thick Polish sausage will do that to a man, I tell you.
You gotta bugger out right there.
You really do. You really do. But yeah, it's just Nickm's frontal, defensive lines aren't that substantial. It's just autocannon MRAPs, kind of. I guess they're kind of an MRAP. And just,
very
a
similar,
bit of infantry.
Yeah, and then it's just like one squad each, so he drops like a squad here, a squad there, and it makes the front look really massive for him. But as we see here, Jaki's concentrated into essentially 2 different groups, and he's pushing with them and getting a lot of work done here on the counterattack.
Yeah, and this is like heavy duty firepower, the RPGs, the automatic grenade launchers, the attack helicopters being brought in, and more importantly, just keeping those Rilks alive. They're actually rather low in ammunition now. Oh!
But the SAF-90 getting the pick there with no missiles left. Yeah, and this last missile, 1 HP, killing another Hind.
Good pickup, yeah. Good pickup indeed. Yeah, we're just seeing a constant infantry reinforcements. Really? Oh, no, we're seeing a Roycat Runner 5 being brought in, so maybe I can do a bit of damage against some of these BMPs.
Yeah, we haven't cast, I think, a lot of like Soviets together or Eastern Bloc in general.
No.
And it's really interesting to see that BMP-1 use Soviet ever since it does have the 10 points, which I think it just makes it an amazing unit for 10 points. And you can see that Jaki really likes to call him out and give that extra little fire support to his Mochusen.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite crazy how for 5 years they nerfed that thing into 15 points and then brought it back to 10, and, it just completely changes the Eastern Bloc mech at 5-point difference, because BMP run spam and Mochusen is like bread and butter, or beans on toast.
That's disgusting. That's just gross. I don't even know if I can continue to cast after that.
Yeah, or a toast sandwich.
That is gross. We do see here though that Jaki's T-72s actually, they are detracked. He also needs to get some ammo up to him, Ring. They've gone through almost all of their ammunition, so he's gonna probably need to actually resupply his tanks.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about.
Usually don't survive that bloody long, really, those monkey model T-72s, but yeah, I mean, Nickm still has good momentum. I mean, the main thing is being able to contest Charlie, because, you can neutralize that at least with your own CV, at best cap it. You're also seeing Jaki making lovely pushes up north here, managing to pretty much capture Gulf, so he's not on the other end, so to speak, but he's the only guy up here right now.
Yeah, absolutely. He has universal control over Gulf, which is really nice, I think, from Jaki's perspective. But on the other hand, like you said, Nickm is still pushing in Charlie. He does have momentum. A lot of Casper K cars still. The Roycat here looking for some damage as well. But I think as long as those Wilks are alive, it's going to be really hard to take Charlie, as we see right there.
Yeah, just goddamn. But only 6 shots left and all running into a Bootcamp.
Yeah, Bootcamp, but it actually hits the full HP one, so both of them are still alive, and there's a supply vehicle coming up to actually, repair it and give it some ammo. So I would say Jaki takes the win on that trade.
Indeed, indeed. And really just thinking those BMP runs, especially against South Africa, are a really good counter against pretty much most of the vehicles as opposed to lightly armored MRAPs and armored cars. Those rather, crappy BMP run guns work really well in this scenario.
Yeah, actually, they do. They're very good at like infantry support, I think, for the moat shoots, and then, like you said, countering those fast, lightly armored Caspers and things of that nature. We don't even see any Rattels whatsoever. So yeah, it's just the Casper K cars, and they're doing a great job of keeping them back.
Indeed, indeed. We are seeing, Jaki is starting to get a bit of momentum here. Just looking on the front line, Nickm is looking a little bit dicey. He's really just been relying on infantry. Maybe an Oliphant or two would have helped out a bit to something a little bit thicker. Because he's just looking a bit thin right now.
Yeah, I think you really, like you said, either maybe you get an Oliphant to try and help, like, tank some frontal damage, or you just have to really try and catch the Wilks in a crossfire so you can get side shots. Because the Rocket 105 can kill it, but head on, it's just if you tank shot for shot, the Wilk will just one-shot it. So you really have to play it super smart, I think, which could be really hard against someone who's clearly very good, Brigadier General Jaki.
We're just seeing a continual push here from Jaki. We're even bringing in some of the MG half-track. Love these little guys.
Yeah, it's super funny, and he's going to go and roll out with them. And he's locking down Golf pretty well. And he's also, I think the big thing here is when the momentum seems to leave South Africa Rang, it just feels like it's so hard getting it back.
Yeah, especially once you get bogged down in Charlie, which is much more of a head-on slugfest. I mean, you can kind of exploit it by going through the forest up north, but he was like hitting it directly right in the open ground, no man's land in Charlie. You just get screwed over, as we're seeing.
Yeah, you're kind of witnessing like what you talk about, like right before your eyes. As you can see, Jaki's, was really dire. He stabilized. He kept his armor alive, kept his A piece, which he actually hasn't even needed, and then just had just enough infantry to stabilize the front. And now he's getting into a more dominant position, I think, as this match goes on.
Indeed, but what I find quite interesting is if Nickm can just kill the bloody Rilks, he should be able to get a good foothold back into Charlie. Those just been. I don't think it can be underestimated. Such a key unit here for Jaki in this match. If he hasn't had those guys, doing what they do, too bad you can't see the kills post game and Wargame replays, because they probably racked up a huge amount.
Yeah, it's something that would be really nice if you could see, because I totally agree with you. I think if that engagement initially is different and he gets some side shots and kills those M1 Wilks, the game's probably over in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But obviously the Wilks survived, the Rukats and the Milans did not.
The Colas being stolen by
the
SASF. Right it's gonna hijack in the middle of the ridge now, and the SASF is still trying to get some rocket shots off, but they do go down.
Oh, he's actually going to remount them out, shoots it into the BMP-1s, dismount them. Yep, get them back in there, boys.
Smart move, and this is when Eastern Bloc Mechanize comes fully online with the mod shoot and spam. Just like 2015.
Yeah, absolutely, because you can see like the mod shoot is just a great infantry unit in itself. If you give it a BMP-1, it's only 10 points. But especially against the South Africans, that's more than enough to deal with their light vehicles. And it just I think it just makes it super hard for the South Africans to deal with.
Indeed, indeed. Now, I mean, Nickm is just bringing in more of the same stuff. Another Roycat Run 05, some more inflicts. And, look in Echo.
Yeah, he's on the move.
What the fuck? How did they get here?
They're on a drive. And they're actually going to light up that cake. Oh, yeah, because they're the ones with the Browning. Oh, they can't actually do anything back. Oh, those are Parabats. Oh, that is super rough right there for Nickm.
It's a great little harassment here. There's a 40-point, little strike force going to be knocking out a whole heap of infantry.
Oh, yeah, they've absolutely paid for themselves. They heard you say that the Wilks were the MVP. they said, "Hey, hold my beer real quick. I'm going in hot."
Yeah, this is gonna be pretty tough here. And then this is a huge problem. Like, if he had, like, some proper
Oh
anti-tank, he would be able to deal with this so easily. This is barely any armor. This is the
no,
minimum of armor. This is like a Steel Division unit.
yes, this is something that you would think you would see in Steel Division with one frontal armor, and it's running around there and just trashing. That's up. Finally, it goes down to the fire of the infantry, but the damage has been done.
Yeah, that was really bloody good, yeah, from Jaki. Lovely, lovely little flank. And we're seeing
Yeah.
that he's getting that +2 now because he does have Charlie under control.
Yeah, he has it completely under his control, and I don't. He has all the momentum too, and this is where it gets really rough for the South Africans. Is they just, especially whether I think it's whether it's moto or general rank, they just don't have the substance to hold back these types of pushes.
No, he does not. Nor we're seeing more. Well, I was going to call them half tracks, but they're really armored cars that don't have tracks being brought in to go. I know someone in the comments would make a comment about that, so
Right.
you gotta stay on your toes.
Gotta think ahead.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, I think one of the Rokes did go down, only down to one. Oh, no, the other one's still alive. He actually just... he split them up. Look at that micro right there.
Pro moves. I'm
MLG.
impressed.
That's right, your Brigadier General.
Give him the W.
Yeah.
Just crown him the tournament winner. He split his tanks. Crazy stuff there. But no, absolutely. The M1 Wilk just showing that it was just... Even that right there was enough to dominate these armor engagements, which there was a lot of, if you think about it, in the match, and they were just far and away better than anything Nickm was able to put in front of them.
Yeah, I'm thinking for Nickm, he also could... He didn't just need to get, like, the infantry and recon stuff. He could have got, like, a Roy Valk, which would have been a pretty good counter to the Rilks. He had air power he could take advantage of as well, which are really the two, like, key tabs you really need to use quite effectively in South African Moto, because they're your key anti-tank tabs.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. You have to, your choppers and then your airplanes, you really have to get good value out of them. And then your infantry has to stay alive. Like, you can't lose, because you had a lot of infantry across the map, and eventually it died. A lot of it to BMP-1s.
Yeah.
And that just can't happen against an Eastern Bloc pain train that's never going to end once it gets going.
Yeah, I mean, Eastern Bloc, that can, counter the South African vehicle spam with their own cheap vehicle spam.
Yeah, it's really funny to see that. Actually, you see now there's a commander being called out, the command infantry squad to Echo, but I really feel like that's too late for Nickm, especially because his front line's almost evaporated. Like, he can actually just drive into Echo uncontested. Jaki can.
Yeah. Nickm could still potentially contest Bravo. It's just a few more Chuchens in there, and that's a pretty infantry-focused area. He'd do pretty good. He can still kind of contest Foxtrot. He still has the hill, but yeah, Golf is completely buggered. That's going to be a hard... Oh, look at him splitting the armored car. I want to call them half-track so badly.
They look like it from a distance, so you just look at it.
They're like BTR-40s, APCs with machine guns on top. But he's using them to do the same person to Echo once again. I mean, if it worked the first time...
Right, if it works once, why not just do it again, right?
Oh, but yeah, it's Elan 90.
Only one, though. Is that enough? Oh, they just tanked the hit?
Wow.
It just tanked that shot.
Yeah, it only has ATP. It can't kill stuff.
I never would have... You're right, it absolutely only has ATP. Initial thoughts would have just been, okay, bye-bye, truck. But no.
Oh.
I think SCF-90, though, they're going to just Appealist shots. What's funny is that truck's probably less expensive than the Appealist round.
Probably.
And then I think you caster cursed the hill on Foxtrot rank, because now the hill on Foxtrot is no longer held.
The hill definitely starting to speak a bit German now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of some German communism has taken over the hill.
Mm-hmm. Oh damn! Yeah, this is quite funny how it's completely turned, because it really looked like Jaki was getting completely screwed over at the start. Nickm did a fantastic early game push, but it was all just more like flair. So it wasn't a whole lot of substance.
No, and then at the end of the day, like the initial engagement too with the Wilks, there was a lot of Roycats that went down. A couple Milan teams going down as well. It's a lot of points to kind of just lose immediately for no, appreciable gain. And then once, Jaki just held on to his portion of Charlie, and Nickm just kind of obliged him by going forward and engaging frontally. And it just wasn't a fight that South Africans, I think, could ever win.
Nope. Nope. You are 100% correct, yeah. Just
the thing is,
go ahead.
I was going to say it's interesting because, it's the DLC, right, with the tournament. It's just interesting to see a division release when you come from Steel Division and the Nation Pack isn't like immediately broken or OP.
No.
But in the game, it actually has flaws and weaknesses. It's funny to watch.
Yeah, they did a really good job with South Africa, especially considering the Yugoslav Finland DLC and they patched it like a few weeks later, and then they didn't patch the game again for 5 years.
But they're back, baby.
They're back.
Actually, you see that commander rank. I think he's going right by the moat shoots. Oh, the poor dude. Oh no.
Oh no.
His little truck. Oh yeah, he sees him. Oh yeah, those Eastern Germans.
He's getting shooting. Right,
yeah, the Volksarmy's got him.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that commander will not be conquering that sector anytime soon.
No, not at all. And we see that there's an Oliphant coming up for Nickm, but I think it's just too little too late for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, really dominant performance, I think, rang from Jaki in that back half.
Just a real good show of, the power of Eastern Bloc mechanized.
It's hot.
It is. It's a really hot deck to play. Like
it's cool.
It's probably one of the best mechanized. Yeah, it's the best mechanized deck to play. This mod shoot and spam is so bloody good. You got the good amount of tanks. You got all the core Eastern Bloc support gear. You pretty much got everything you really need apart from super heavy tanks.
Yeah, but it feels like even though you can also get the Wilky too, the M2 Wilk, which even for 120 points is pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You can get a lot of range with even those tanks, and so even if you miss out, like you said, on the super heavies, you still have some pretty good options.
Yeah, you just don't get hit because they usually lack the poor armor.
They have poor armor. Just went down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and against the South Africans, it's not a problem.
No, as we clearly see.
The M1 Wilk is the super heavy.
Yeah.
We got D.
I think a Centurion tank would be a super heavy against South Africans.
Right? It might be. That'd be right. And there's and then by 24 is coming out. Oh, actually. Oh,
no, yeah, it's the top out, understandable, and god damn, it's like pretty much a double KD difference, yeah.
Yeah, Jaki felt like after the initial, got put on his back foot there, recovered. Nickm went in hot, as we like to say, and Jaki kind of pushed it back pretty easily, I think.
Yeah, that was just... It's kind of like in a Steel Division 2, where you have Maverick versus balance matches, which like a standard dynamic, where you either got to win early on or you lose. It's kind of the same with South Africa here in Wargame. You got to push hard, push fast, and try to just morale your opponent to death so they surrender in the first 10 minutes. But that didn't happen today.
No, it did not happen today. He went in hot, like you said there, and then it did not work out. They were the East Germans were not about that life.
Oh no, as well as supporting brethren.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the Eastern Bloc is really really just East Germany. It's all the Moshutians.
It's East Germany with some Polish tanks.
Yes, and some Czech vehicles thrown in just to make it add some flavor. Yeah,
absolutely.
But yeah, I don't think there's really much else to say unless you have anything to say, Graham.
No, man, really cool game. It's fun to watch how these South African, different players try out the South African Nation Pack. I really liked, I think, from all our cast so far, I think Fire Starters is the way you got to play it.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you run into, I just think like decks like Eastern Bloc Mechanized, just hard to counter it. Like it's a tall order to try and beat that, I feel like.
Indeed, it's definitely the South African kryptonite.
Absolutely.
But once again, you should definitely check out Graham's stream. Link to the app will be in the description below. And thank you guys for watching. And as usual, please just take it easy.